you can repost those pictures and videos, turn them into GMB posts, turn them into blog posts, turn them into Instagram, like repurpose into every other channel. And then you can run ads against them. Then you can make compilations of them, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
You can say my top 10 favorite customers in this suburb. You can reuse it. So, I mean, yes, continue to collect more because your review frequency and velocity is important, as you saw, but why not leverage what you already have? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I know it's an entrepreneur on Sunday afternoon, people who are dedicated to their business.
Yeah, I apologize for not getting that paperwork filled out for access. Is that something you necessarily need?
We've got quite a bit we can look at already.
Okay, good.
It's up to you, but it's pretty straightforward what you have. You know, it looks like, oops, this is the wrong one. You got too many sites open. Have you used any SEO tools before or had any SEO done?
I've had a couple places do my SEO prior to this one. This one seems to be the best so far, but I still don't know if they're hitting all the things they should be. I should be higher ranking, I believe, on organic.
I don't believe any SEO is happening. I'll be curious to see what your opinion is, but my professional opinion is no SEO has been done.
Okay.
Although what has been working well for you is your reviews. Your reviews are killer. And because of that, that's why people are finding you. And if we look at we'll start with the keywords you rank on. So of course you rank on your name, and Niles, Michigan, not super competitive, but most of the stuff is on your name here. And these are all green, low keyword difficulty on a scale of 0 to 100. So there's not a lot of traffic, and most of it's coming on your actual name because it's airlux, but I consider that not SEO. I consider that good reputation, people knowing who you are, good reviews, word of mouth. I don't really consider that something that any vendor or outside person can drive for you. The majority of SEO is quality links. And I don't see evidence. These are the links that you have coming in. And these are mostly low power links. And that's why your site's got a DR8, which is low, domain rating of 8. You should probably be 20 plus. If you're a major site, major local site, might be 50, 60. If you're like a CNN or Wall Street Journal, like major media, 90. If you're a Facebook or Google, like 100. So there's the sum of these 200 some links only gives you an 8, and that allows you to rank on these particular keywords. That's kind of how SEO works. It's all link driven, so it's easy to audit. So most of the links that you have are coming off of directories, which are really easy to get and don't really carry much power. These are called citations in the world of SEO. So you could pay $10 a month for Yext and probably get more power than this. See, like these are yellow page links, decks. These ones look like they may have been bought. Anytime we see listicles, have you seen anything? Has anyone told you about, you ever seen any of this? This is the only thing that could possibly be considered SEO that's been done for your business.
Wow.
So there's like super pages, which is Verizon, like here, vSearch, heating. So this site has a lot of power, but the page has no power. So you're being listed in a few of these directories, but it's not driving you any power because you're being listed alongside other random sorts of businesses, right? So the site's got a lot of power, but being in a directory for heating and cooling is all zeros. So this just shows that Google is too smart for this. Google knows that just because you have these directory listings, it's not doing anything for you.
Yeah. So you know who I'm using, right?
Who are you using?
Josh Nelson.
Oh, you're using Josh Nelson? I like Josh Nelson a lot.
I know. So you referred me to him. I reached out to you a long time ago and said, who should I deal with? And you said, there's nobody better than Josh. And I took that as there's others that are equal, but nobody is going to be better. So I went with Josh. And right away, we had an improvement in everything. The website looks so much better than it did. Yeah. But I feel like we've been
sad about that. Wow, I almost wish you didn't tell me because I love Josh a lot. So I bet you he's doing a good job in things like local service ads. I'm sure the website's great. Is he running other kinds of ads?
The pay-per-click advertising was pretty poor, so I actually took it from them and gave it to Searchlight.io, but I don't think they're doing any better, so I'm kind of at a loss what to do with them.
Really?
Yeah, but I
think you should take everything in-house because the whole thing, and people like me and Josh Nelson too coach a lot of agencies. So we kind of know how the sausage is made. So Nate, you never get to see these things, but I'll tell you, like 90% of the work happens in the first couple of weeks. And then it's just charging you a couple $1,000 a month after. Think of it as like hidden financing. Yeah. Right. So my view is that if work whatever has been done, you could just keep things as, it's already been done. So, I love Josh, but if we know that most of the work is done in the beginning and you own the ad accounts and you own the website, if they literally did nothing and you literally did nothing, things will continue as they are for years.
Okay.
That's the dirty secret in agency land, right?
Wow.
Because I could go into the rest of the audit and show you where things are missing, or show you where the site's not as fast, or show you where your social doesn't get engagement, or all these sorts of things. But it's not like you're in a super competitive space, right? So when people do a search, this is one for, a 5-mile radius, and we did the HVAC contractor, but we can do it for, air conditioning or HVAC repair, whatever it is you can see. You are ranking in the map results.
Mm-hmm. That's new.
It's because of your GMB is strong.
Okay.
And also, I would say the website, the service areas are decent here, but because the site only has an 8 overall, very little can go down to each of these different pages. So if I go to air conditioning, the site's an 8, but the page is a 1. This page has only 5 keywords, and these keywords don't even count for much. But here, this is a location service page because it's Niles air conditioning service. Then you're using neighborhoods. And then the rest of this is just cookie cutter. It's pretty much the same thing. So the reviews, that's good. But there's not much content, and ChatGPT can do this as well. But we teach a whole course on how to do this. You have your branding, your vans, your picture, the coupon. All this is good, but there's not a lot of traffic coming to these pages.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised like local service ads aren't working for you. That should be killer.
LSA, so that's Google Locals. Yeah, we do really well on that, but
Yeah.
Josh doesn't handle, their team doesn't handle that for me. I do all that.
Okay. Well, there's not much to handle with LSA. You just have to answer
No.
or mark the leads. As long as you do that, your LSA improves and increase the budget,
Let's see. And then Facebook and stuff, they do some posting for me there, but Searchlight's supposed to do the ads on advertising on Facebook, but I haven't really seen much of that come through either. They're supposed to do reintroduction too.
You can boost your own post, which is a relatively new thing. And I can see, you have these posts and they're going out steadily, but this is what happens 99% of the time, Nate, with social, where there's posts that are going on, but nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like just because you post, the same thing, like just because you put up a website doesn't mean anything's going to happen. So for me, unless I can trace it back to a phone call or it goes back to Service Titan or some kind of CRM, it doesn't count. So we always start with the analytics and go back. But just from what I can see from public data, there's, it's not like you're trying to be an influencer or anything, but if not much is happening here, then, who's going to see any of this, right? Like I'm surprised, well, this report's still running, so I guess it'll give more data in a few more hours. But yeah, like the name, address, and phone has to be exactly the same. So you might ask Josh Nelson's company, are they white labeling a Yext or a White Spark or other service to be able to tune this up? Your reviews by far are the best thing that you got. It's killer. I would say if you had more reviews in the last 6 months, that might be better, especially last 3 months, which counts more than your total reviews.
Okay.
And that's something you can train your technicians to do, when they're on site, just to get a quick, review from the homeowner. And you ask them, hey, part of my compensation is getting reviews. And they say, I don't know how. Well, if you give me your phone, I'll show you how. That's the phrase to use. If you give me your phone, I'll show you how. And then they just automatically hand over the phone and get a review. There's all sorts of tricks like that, right? Social, there's no engagement going on, but you can run the equivalent of local service ads on Facebook. You can run lead ads. And there's plenty of templates that Josh has and other folks like us have that you can just copy. You can use that $50 off coupon that you have, right? Twitter's become more important. Same thing with just establishing a presence on all the other platforms. Website's fine. Josh Nelson knows how to do that. He's done that all day long. Loads fast, really good. Looks good, but more importantly, it loads fast, especially on mobile. You're not doing e-commerce. SEO you do for local. Local is map results are 25% of SEO. The other things are, news and videos and social and articles and things like that, which you don't show up on. But you do rank in the map results locally. That is good. And here's some other guys, but they're not very good either. And most of this SEO is coming from your name, Airlux. WordPress, pretty solid. There's a couple other plugins I would use. I think you might be missing some remarketing, are you? So your Google tags seem broken for some reason, or maybe there's maybe Google's tool doesn't show up properly, but you should have all your tags. This is a technical thing. All of your tags should sit inside Google Tag Manager, especially with all the changes Google's made in the last year. So your Facebook pixels here, but you should also have the LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all the other pixels all sitting inside the main Google universal pixel, which you don't have. See, social, you're not getting sharing on the site, but that's not abnormal. See, these are all zeros. I'm using the CrowdTangle plugin, which is looking for evidence of anyone who shared this site. If you look at mine, you'll see a ton of it, but I'm supposed to have a lot of it. Actually, people are sharing their homepage. Who's sharing their homepage? Shop Nile businesses. Okay, nothing on Instagram. All right, well, mainly Facebook then. But I think the number one thing you could do for SEO is with all the local businesses that you know in Nile, interview them, make little 1-minute videos, talk about your favorite restaurant, talk about the weather, the geography, the parks, how many years you've been there, and post those on social. Get quotes from other people that you know that are in heating and air conditioning from other cities, and do a roundup post, and then honor these other folks where you give advice on the most common questions, which ChatGPT and PAA can tell you, right? You know how to do that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And then when you have that roundup post, get all the other guys to link to you. That's a legit way to generate links. That way your links are going to be more powerful than these links coming in. And the bottom line, Nate, is that for SEO, you need to have links. I mean, there's things that you can do on the website, location service pages, making it load fast, all that kind of stuff. But I consider that part of just building a good website, which kind of overlaps with SEO. But ranking in search results means going beyond just having a website that has good content. So it has to generate links. And the best way is you do guest blog posts, or you get other people to link to you because you honor them. And that's why I teach the 1-minute video, which is a great way to honor other people. And then they're more likely to link to you, especially if you ask them, especially if you're on their podcast, they're on your whatever it is, there's somehow content that you're creating together because it's your face on the homepage, right? That's you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're a public figure.
So do a video post, like Facebook Live, and can I put it on my website? What you're saying?
Yeah,
website?
you can put it everywhere. I mean, this site is on WordPress, which is a blogging platform, which is great. Everyone should be on WordPress. And on the blog, you can make a post, or a blog is literally, it can be just like a picture saying like, hey, eating fried chicken with my family today. That's it. It doesn't have to be 500 words and all that. But then you might say, this is my favorite pizza place in Nile, right? And that sends a signal for local. And that's something an agency can't do because they don't know Nile, Michigan. I don't know these parts of town. What's this river that comes through here, right? How far away from South Bend? Do you have customers that come that far? Notre Dame, or, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know this neighborhood. So I don't know people here. I don't know the businesses. So you have to have relevancy two ways. One is location. So that's why you'd interview other businesses and other things, take pictures, even have your people, update their Google Maps. On Google Maps, you can leave reviews and stars and all that. Have your people give reviews to their favorite restaurants and Starbucks and, whatever, to send more local signal. So local is one, and the other one is category, which is, heating, air conditioning, all those kinds of terms. And that, to be topically relevant, the best folks to link to you are going to be people who are HVAC companies in other cities. And you link to them, but not a reciprocal link. Not like if you link to me here, then I'll link exactly back to you on the same link. That looks like you're trading links and you'll get in trouble with Google. But if you do it naturally and you have blog posts on, literally, I could say my buddy Nate runs Airlux, a HVAC company in Nile. Is it Niles?
Yes.
What topics can he blog about using my 1-minute video and $1 a day strategy to help him build his social presence and also help his website rank in local search?
Australian Wagyu has the best mouthfeel, just so you know.
You know what? I am a snob. I've gone, you see, I've been Googling, I've been asking questions of the AI. Look, I've been asking questions about like Kobe and Wagyu and what are the different ways. Like I bought but Costco has it for $99 a pound. Have you had it? It's incredible.
Oh, what, the Wagyu or the Kobe?
The Wagyu, the A5 Wagyu.
The Australian, yeah, it is amazing.
It's amazing. And I'm like, what? And I've gone like here in Vegas, it's $30 an ounce.
Oh, wow.
I've been buying it from Costco, right? So I'm telling ChatGPT, anyway, you can see like that's what I practice what we preach. Like I literally I use this thing like this expert advisor friend, and I'm always asking questions, right? So here, that's day to day behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. Compilations with the technicians with their phone. I'm sure the Michigan winters aren't exactly great. Okay. Wow. Pretty sure you could put these together in a day.
There's a lot here, a lot of ideas.
Yeah. See? So $20 a month put me out of business.
Jeez, it's
What
awesome.
would Dennis you? What? See, I always say, like, what am I missing? He has Josh Nelson agency helping him. So ChatGPT knows me and it knows Josh Nelson. So you see, like, it's using, like, this is what I would literally say, right? I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The local businesses. You literally just need to hire a VA or some young adult from the local high school or whatever to do what Josh and I teach, which requires ideally someone on the ground.
So my concern with, I love the idea of hiring a VA. I've always thought that was a good idea. I know you have a course for that.
Yeah.
But, my problem is how do I do checks and balances? Because I don't understand the job I'm going to be putting them in charge of doing.
Well, there's several checks and balances. One is that you want to hire only people who have gone through the certification, just like, mechanics, or I'm sure there's a certification for plumbing HVAC companies, right? Or Train has a certification or whatever.
Yeah.
You want to be a doctor or a surgeon, there's a certification. You want to fly a plane, right?
Yep.
Fortunately, digital marketing, there's no regulation yet, right? I think there should be and there will be. So A is get someone who has gone through our certification or something similar. HubSpot's got the same thing. We have this thing we call the Academy. And the Academy's got all these different things on, dollar a day, 1 minute videos, content market, like these ones, right? Like we have courses on we have 137 courses on all these things, right? Okay. How do you build websites? And these are things that you could look at, but these are things VAs and young adults should do. So you should be dangerous enough to understand, like, what is it that you need to know about GBP, which is now, whatever. I still call it Google My Business.
Yeah.
Or with TikTok or whatever it is, like, but you need to know enough about this, but not enough where it's like your day-to-day thing. But maybe, you make some of the videos yourself. You just look at the overview of some of the components of what needs to be done. So that's the first level. Second level is anyone who's a VA, especially if they're in the Philippines or Pakistan or halfway around the planet, they have to submit an EOD report, end of day. And the end of day report is a listing of the tasks they completed. And every one of our things here is tasks driven. So we know, it's all checklist driven.
Okay.
So we know how long it takes to do any one of these particular things. So all tasks are off the menu. That way they can never say, oh, this one thing took me 8 hours. Like, no, we know that takes 20 minutes. What's taking you so long, right? That's the standard. We have a standard for everything. Okay. And then the third piece is what we call MAA, which is performance reporting. And that's where they have to show the metrics, the analysis, and then the action. So they're showing how they are improving. And this is something you should look at, and anyone on the team that does anything should look at, where it shows, like, don't just show like, oh, here's how many calls we got. Here's how much revenue we got. Here's how many jobs we have booked. Here's how much we ranked or how much traffic came from Google or how much we spent. That's all metrics, right? Stuff like these reports, these are all metrics. But the analysis, which is what the VAs who are smart will learn how to do, Nate, is they'll say, here's why our leads went down. It's because there's, a big winter storm, or because, our ads were turned off, or because, whatever. It's like they're analyzing this creative was good or not good, this offer, whatever. And then based on that analysis, here's the action. So we could say, I'll ask you a question. How would a virtual assistant working for Nate apply the MAA model to keep accountability for Nate? And with acronyms, I just like to, because that could stand for anything.
Yeah.
He's concerned about being able to, I gotta give it context, manage a VA. Okay. Why did I even answer the question when the thing already can answer it for me? I mean, the thing is read all my articles and videos and books. And I mean, it knows the answer better than me, Nate.
It's a pretty amazing time we live in.
Yeah, you don't even need me. All I'm doing is asking the AI. Isn't it weird? Like, I'm the actual source of this thing, but the AI knows it so well. It's like this perfect librarian that's read every book. And it's like, it's so weird that I'm asking the VA to answer my question. Or you're asking me the question. I'm asking the AI to answer the question as me. I don't know. It's just like weird. But it's so good though. This is like, wow, this is what, if this was the ideal dentist, this is what I would say based on all the information it knows about me. This MAA, that's my model. I invented it at Yahoo almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
I learned it from McKinsey.
Who's McKinsey?
McKinsey is the world's #1 consulting company.
Oh,
That was like back in the day. That was, you wanted to go to Goldman Sachs or McKinsey. Those were the two places to go. But yeah. So how about hiring a VA? And then of course, I have a course on that.
I thought you had an agency too to get VAs connected with.
Yeah, we do, and we advise many agencies that provide VAs. We handle it every step of the way because we want to see people succeed. I have one group. This one's just in Pakistan, and this is digital marketing with Dennis Yu. There's 42,000 in here, VAs. And these are people that are making their videos. So I did a keynote speech yesterday in front of 5,000 people in Pakistan. I didn't fly to Pakistan. I was virtually there, but you can see like here's one. So they're all making their 1-minute videos. They're getting qualified. You can see, right? They're learning their personal brand. It's a lot of Pakistani women. In the Muslim culture, women are treated differently. So these women want to provide for their families. So they take care of their kids during the day so they can't have a regular job. And then at night, they work for American businesses, which is awesome. And here you can see their English. Like, let's hear her English.
Comfort zone, and we need to be very perfect. We need high quality videos. So Dennis told that it's even if you don't have good editing skills, or even if you don't have, a good camera, even then you can start making the videos about your daily routine.
And so these are people all going through qualification, or they've gotten qualified because their dream, Nate, is to be able to work for us full time for $3 an hour, which is $500 a month. So I would say you don't need an agency. I mean, I love Josh. You just need to find a VA who can process all these things, and you pay them $500 a month, and they work for you full time.
Sounds great.
I mean, I can't even hire people in the US that are even like motivated at $25 an hour. It's just McDonald's is paying $20 an hour now.
I know.
I can't compete, what am I going to do?
Yeah, no, I like that. I think I will move towards hiring a VA to do that, and maybe some other things as well.
Like we have how to do all that. My favorite one is this. Have you seen this onlinejobs.ph?
Yeah. Is that yours?
My buddy John started it, but we've got a lot of training on here. Okay. And this is the world's largest VA job board. There's 2 million VAs here.
Wow.
And you'll see these people are applying all day. Look at all these people applying. Video editor. So look, like this one, I'll click on any of them. Like, I don't know, this one. Okay. This guy here, oh, he got DQ'd. Well, what's his deal then? Dave Moy, they all have weird names. He wants $8 an hour. He wants $1,400 a month. Dude, I don't think so. Not unless you're incredible. You know how much, how you can live, Nate, for $1,000? If you had $1,000 a month in the Philippines, you know how well you could live?
Really?
You know about that, right?
Not really, no.
Really? It's not like America. So many people are leaving America to go live in Southeast Asia or Mexico or, these places. These people like this, we get thousands of these. Like, look, here's one. This one still wants too much. They want $1,300 a month, willing to work 12 hours a day. I don't want anyone working 12 hours a day. She might be good. I mean, she says she has these skills, but then if she can't pass the quiz, then and complete the exercises, doesn't count. So you can see, like, this one's automatically DQ'd because she didn't use the keyword, right? And she wants $1,000 a month. Look, we got the IQ, we got the DISC. I'm sort of a snob, but if their IQ is less than 120, I kind of don't want to hire them because there's millions of them. So I can pick what I want. I can be kind of picky. I can be very picky, right? But
yeah, we played around here much.
Like, look at these job posts. Look at these people that are applying. Like this one here. Oh, this one, whatever. Click on this one. Okay. So you see here, you can literally copy our job posts. You don't have to make new ones. And then you see, like, there's this stuff, there's examples of how, we do it. Watch this thing here. And then look, check this out, Nate. Don't forget to include hedgehog in your subject line and your passion to see if you're paying attention, right? So if they don't use the magic word, we know they're just mass applying and not reading these things carefully. And they also have to make a 1-minute video too. So you can see, like, how many of these people are actually, the majority of them are not. They're using Descript because we're right now hiring that. We use Descript for video processing. Like this one's obviously DQ, professional video editor. No, we didn't say use that in the subject line. DQ, right? Yeah. So we have a whole process on how you hire VAs.
Gotcha. I got more work to do.
Well, I view it as like an investment in taking control of your marketing.
Absolutely.
And I get it, especially in home services. These guys are saying, I just want to focus on turning wrenches or fixing garage doors. And I just, digital marketing's so complicated. The agencies all try to pretend like it's all super complicated because they want you to pay them. Like you do, and we do what we do. I get that, right? But there's not that much they actually do, except in the beginning. And after that, it's just pure profit. So if you have access to your ads account, I would go in and look at the change history and see when was the last time someone has gone in and actually looked at the account, actually made a change, actually tuned it.
So when you put a post recently about they should let you have the ads account, they shouldn't say it's proprietary or anything like that. When I tried to switch the ads account over to Searchlight.io, Nelson's group put a lot of pushback saying, no, it's proprietary. We can't let you see what we do in our secret sauce. And Searchlight was like, oh, you're kidding me? There's nothing there. Telling me, just tell them how important it is for us to not have to start from day one. And I haven't even had my first meeting with Searchlight yet, but I have a feeling that they're going to tell me there wasn't a lot done with the ads either.
I just don't think you should have any agencies on an ongoing basis unless you're a Fortune 500 company. Okay. I've spent more money than almost anyone on the planet. Only Larry Kim, I think, has outspent me in PPC, and he has 2% of Google's global ad spend. And he will even tell you that once the campaigns are built properly, it's just a matter of lightweight adjustment of the creative and changing the budgets around. And maybe there's some seasonality. So you turn things on and off based on, the weather, when it's summer, winter, that kind of thing. But there's not 90% of the work in PPC or website building, or it's all in the beginning. It's all in the very beginning. So I think you can hire an agency, but hire an agency to do a thing like a project. Like when you have clients, customers that hire you, they don't hire you on a retainer. They hire you for a particular job at a particular place to do a particular thing. And then once that thing's quoted out, that's the price, right?
Yeah.
So why isn't it that way for digital marketing? Why do they keep charging you?
I don't know. I asked him, I even asked him the same thing you kind of alluded to. I thought it's all done in the early and it's over after a few months. It's easier. Like, oh no, there's a lot to do still in the end.
That's the sales rep.
They had a big sales spiel about how important it is to continue to
You're talking to a sales rep. I'm the kind of guy where if I go to the car dealership, Nate, I don't want to talk to the guy in the showroom who has a tie and his hair is all slick. I'm going to go to the back where the mechanic is. I'm going to say, hey, I'm looking at buying one of these cars. How often does the thing actually break down? You're the mechanic. You tell me, does this thing break down a lot? Like, does it have problems? Because the sales guy is if my car breaks down and I go to the sales guy, can he fix it? When you talk to the sales guy at the PPC agency, has he even touched an ads campaign before? Does he even know how to build one? He's just going to read the script on what his other sales friend told him to say when a customer asks this question. When you ask someone like me, I'm a mechanic. Yep. I'm not a sales guy. Exactly. I can go right in there. Like once you get access, we'll go in there and take a look and I'll tell you what's going on. I can even figure out what's going on in the ad account, even if they don't give us access, because I can just go to Google saying, hey, this, the rule. Google made this rule 15 years ago. The agency has to give you all the access. That's a rule because this proprietary, whatever nonsense excuse thing was being made.
Wow, I didn't know it was a rule.
Yeah, wow. Google and Facebook made it a rule because agencies were misbehaving. Their performance was bad. Then they were blaming Google, saying, oh, well, Google, how people, they just like to blame Google and, oh, the prices went up and Google made a change and, we're doing the best we can, but it's this magical, mysterious thing that has all these changes and they voodoo you into the dark. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I came from the search engine world. I'm a search engine engineer. Go ahead and tell me what voodoo it is you're talking about. What's so proprietary? I've audited. You would not believe, Nate, just in the last few weeks, how many accounts I've audited. And when I've been able to get in, I see the same thing every time. Almost nothing has happened in the last 3 months. Now, some work happened in the first 2 weeks to set up a very, very basic campaign. That's it. Because all of them are operating off of templates, Nate. And these are people who are, I'm not saying this is Josh's team, but for the most part, these people have very little experience. And I'm open about admitting that I hire a bunch of people from the Philippines and Pakistan and Kosovo and whatnot, and they have no experience, but they're being mentored by other people on our team that have years of experience. But in any company at our size or Josh Nelson's size, there are a few people who are really good and there's a bunch of junior people. So it's like a McDonald's operation. McDonald's does make burgers. Is it edible? Yes. Is it the best burger? I don't know. Sometimes I want to eat McDonald's, but it's very simple and it's a burger and you're paying When you pay $100 for a McDonald's hamburger, then, I don't know, you decide on if it's you're in the desert and you're starving and there's only one hamburger left in the whole world. Okay, I'd pay $100 for that one, but I don't know. I mean, I think McDonald's hamburgers are pretty easy to make, and you can make your own. Or if you discover they're just microwaving things and you could microwave it yourself, then why are you paying them $100? You go to Costco and microwave it yourself,
Yeah.
once you realize what's actually done and how it's actually done. Because the beauty for you, Nate, is you only have to do it for one client, your business. And you only need one VA to do it for your business. Now, when you have, how many clients does Josh have? 200 something?
I don't know.
It's 300. He's like 200 something. Like now you need 100 something people. That's difficult. There's operations and managers of people, and there's that whole kind of stuff going on to try to take care of hundreds of clients. But you only have to do it for one business.
He's got to focus a whole department on just retention instead of just SEO.
And plus, now Josh will say this, and I'll agree that all plumbing HVAC companies are 99% the same, right? But there are differences, and you as an owner have differences than other owners, and you have different relationships, and you can't use the same. I mean, for the website, you can cookie cutter most of it, which is what he does, which is fine. And that's what everyone in every other industry, for real estate, for chiropractors, for lawn care, you'll see the Josh Nelsons of the others, and they're great. It works. I even advise agencies to do this. They use the same template over and over again because it works. But from the template, which is the structure, think of the template like the bookshelf. The books are different, even though they all are the same bookshelf, if that makes sense.
I do.
And then the analogy that content is what makes it different. That means videos, your technicians are collecting it, pictures from around Niles. They're not going to be able to do that. You can't do that because they're not there. They're not there with the customers. And the only people who can really do that are going to be your technicians. And you empower, we taught Tommy Mello's crews how to do that. Tommy Mello runs A1 Garage, and he has these technicians going around with their phones. And when they're done with the job, ma'am, we'd love to, get a review from you or make a 15-second video with your permission. Part of my bonus is determined on this. Would you be willing to help me? Yes.
That's cool. Yeah, we do bird's eye check-in. I was doing photos with my arm over my customers with a big smile and thumbs up at the end of every job. We stopped doing that, but that was brilliant on Facebook. We need to get back to that.
And you can those that you had. You can repost those pictures and videos, turn them into GMB posts, turn them into blog posts, turn them into Instagram, repurpose into every other channel. And then you can run ads against them. Then you can make compilations of them, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
You can say my top 10 favorite customers in this suburb. You can reuse it. So, I mean, yes, continue to collect more because your review frequency and velocity is important, as you saw, but why not leverage what you already have?
Yeah. What's the first video that I should watch to gain knowledge on how to hire a VA? What's it called?
So you're going to go to hire VA. I think it's called VA hiring guide. This one, 37 lessons. Hire your first VA in 7 days. This one. VAH, everything we have is 3 digits. So I'll just put into the chat here, that one. Okay. And then if you have any questions, you can ask inside our main group. You can ask me, and it's our $1 a day academy. So I'm going to paste this group in here. Yeah. And just feel free. People here asking questions all the time about all kinds of stuff. People are talking about stuff, whatever. And then there's a video I made called Own Your Own Marketing.
I think I saw that. I'm not sure.
This one, it's Marco and I put it together for home service businesses. This one here, Own Your Own Marketing. And I'm going to put that here. And this is what, whether it's with Searchlight or Josh or whoever, look, I mean, I trust everybody and I give them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm one of those trust but verify. I need to have access. I mean, that's great. That's great. You say everything's going well, but I need to see it too. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell me this or that other kind of nonsense. So we go through all the excuses that people give, all the agencies give along the way. And what do you say when they give you this excuse? Oh, it's proprietary, or, you can't have that, or, whatever. No, well, here's just watch that and I'm not saying anyone's trying to fool you, but you need to understand how this game works.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Then when you have your own VA, we know a lot of people that they still have their agency, which is great, but they still need a VA because there's stuff that the agency won't do.
Gotcha.
And be clear on what the agency does and what the agency doesn't do so you can fill in the gaps or have them fill those things in. But most agencies, they charge a couple $1,000s a month and they put in a few hours of work per month. So what does it cost for, there's a VA, and that VA is spread across 30 clients, and you get a fraction of that VA's time. What if you had your own VA for even less than that fractional piece of VA that you get?
Yep.
And they work for you, they care for you, they only, they're there all the time, coverage. They're real humans. You can chat with them, get them on Zoom, that kind of thing. Maybe you have an apprentice, maybe like you have a son or somebody that's coming up in the business, and they can eventually learn to manage that VA and start to grow that team.
Yep.
Maybe there's a couple other plumbing HVAC companies, and you guys could kind of go in together and share a VA or something like that.
I think we have enough to make one VA very busy. I really do. I'm busy enough, at least, to make it worth its value.
I think it takes very little to make it worth $500 a month, or even if you splurge and you pay $1,000 a month, I'm pretty sure you can make it worth it.
You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Well, was it valuable so far?
Yeah, Dennis, I really appreciate it, man. I really do.
Anything else I can do?
Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, I think that's it for now. If I have a question, because this is something outside of my realm, but if I have a question, I'll send you a message.
I think you'll find it first slightly confusing because it's a new area, but I think in the course of a few weeks, you'll be so glad that you did.
I believe.
And then you go tell everybody that the water is warm and that everyone should hire their own VA. And if you want to keep your agency, great, but you should also establish internal controls.
I believe you're right. I do.
And the first one is get access to all your stuff. No excuses.
Yes, sir.
Just holler if you need anything, all right?
All right. Thank you, Dennis.
Awesome, Nate. You have a good Sunday.